Your source for the #1 sports weekends. Fox Sports, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Wednesday morning. This is the portion of the broadcast month. How often does CareerSource come in? Once a month?
First and third.
So twice a month.
Wednesday. Each month.
Laura Burns typically is the person who you'll hear when we're talking about CareerSource, which is CareerSource Citrus-Levy-Marion, just so you know specifically. But Laura's not here today, and she has asked Dale French to sit in on her behalf. He is in here. He's the director of program development for CareerSource Citrus-Levy-Marion, and Lynn Chaput is back with us. And Lynn, I apologize. I forgot your name, but I'm Larry. Do you remember my name?
I absolutely
see, I hate that. People remember my name, but I do my best.
I listen to you every morning.
Oh, do you really?
Of course I know your name.
Well, thank you for doing that. Good morning to both of you. Thank you for coming in. How are you doing, Dale?
Good. I'm doing very well.
And how's the job? Every time we turn around, there was a story from Marion County Public Schools that they're hiring new teachers, and it said for the first time since 2008.
Yeah.
So I guess the job market is overall getting better? Is that what you see?
Overall, yes. Yeah. I mean, you watch every month. We always release the unemployment figures each month. You always see a slight uptick. You see a little bit down. It goes up and down a little bit every month. Right. But, since the recession, we're looking back to 2009, it's been a steady uphill. Yeah. And it's still getting better.
And there's two parts of this. There's the part that we worry about us as a society, and then there's the part that we worry about ourselves.
Yeah.
And so if you're the person working and you hear that information, oh, that's too bad, there's unemployed people. But if you're the one who's unemployed,
if you're one of those unemployed people, you go, wait a minute, where are these numbers? We're hearing that things are getting better, but I'm still looking for work.
Exactly.
So it's a double-edged sword. So I mean, we like to see the numbers coming back, but at the same time, there's still a lot of unemployed people out there. So, I mean, the issue still persists, even though things are looking up in the area.
So are we learning today about some jobs at Citel? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, we are.
All right. Well, Lynn, what is Citel? Remind us what Citel is.
Citel is what you call a business process outsourcer. We are an inbound call center. We take inbound calls from our customers.
Right. And you have knowledgeable people who can answer the technical questions, et cetera?
Absolutely. Technical, banking, depending on what line of business you're hired to provide a service for.
Do you do this? Is this one of your jobs or no? You just oversee everybody?
I'm the site director.
Oh, wow.
For the Ocala location.
Is everybody bonded since you have to go in to learn about bank accounts and things like that?
No. They do not have to be bonded. Everyone has to pass a 10-year background check and a drug screen.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Today's National Nurses Day, and I know nurses is not what you do, but do you get calls regarding that kind of thing?
No.
Okay.
One of our customers is a major wireless carrier.
Okay.
The other is a credit union that provides a service to all different companies, credit unions.
Right.
And the third is an insurance company, an insurance broker that, similar to the credit union, provides a service to different companies, manages their healthcare insurance, open enrollment, all of that.
Wow.
Okay, so that would be a common question that I would guess. Especially, would that be something we would ask CareerSource? Like, what are my benefits? That was one of the things in the announcement about the school teachers was here's the salary you can expect, and here are the benefits you can expect. Which I think, that's worth money if you think about it. If you're not getting that from your employer, you have to pay for it. Mm-hmm. So it's money.
Oh, benefits. Yeah, benefits are a big percentage. I'm not sure what you guys run, but I think the national average is like 35% of your salary.
Is that right? Wow.
Is your benefits when you look at health care and vacation time and things like that. So benefits are a huge deal.
Wow. And Citel is obviously private, right?
Yes.
You're a private organization.
Yes, and we offer a full benefits package.
Okay. Is there a breakdown between like government jobs and private jobs as far as I'm guessing all government jobs have those kind of packages, those benefit packages.
I think probably most of them do, yeah.
But a lot of private companies don't. So is Sitel unusual or not?
Depending on the package, a lot of small businesses, it's hard for them to afford that. I mean, again, when you look at the national average of 35% of your or 35% on top of what your salary is consumes your benefits, there's a lot of small businesses that can't afford that. Right. So when you get into the bigger companies like Sitel, there's certainly that benefit of working for them because they have the backing, they have the ability to provide those benefits that a lot of businesses they just can't.
It's the advice of everybody we talk to when you're looking for a job. If you're the one applying for the job, never ask about benefits. Do you agree? Like,
no.
Don't bring it up. Oh, really?
Oh, no, always ask about benefits.
Really? Okay. So what are they?
Well, we have a full health care package, including dental, vision, 401k. We give raises after 90 days, and then after 6 months, and then at a year,
really?
And then at 2 years.
Oh, wow. And what can we ask starting salaries, or is that?
Starting salary for someone coming in to take calls is $9 an hour.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then they climb up from there.
Yep.
Wow.
Eligible for benefits after 60 days of employment.
And then when people come in and they qualify to take the calls and then they start, do they take the calls and then reroute them to the other experts, or are they expert in that one particular field?
They should be expert in that field. Occasionally you get something that can't be resolved by that person, and we have subject matter experts, whether it be we reroute it to our client or we arrange for a callback or whatever that needs to be.
And what is it? What's the culture like? Laura likes to always talk about the culture of the job. And
yep.
Is everybody in a cubicle? How's that work?
Yep, it's cubicles. It's a lovely building, though, in that it's very airy and open, skylights. It's bright. It's clean. We work very hard to keep it clean with a lot of employees. So yes, it's cubicles, but it's very open. Mm-hmm. And it's, we have music playing in the background to keep people kind of energized.
Oh, that's nice. And do the customers, the callers, sometimes, do they get angry? Do they become antagonistic sometimes?
Absolutely, they can. Or if they're having a problem with something, they can start out very frustrated, and part of our job is to. So that's the psychological training, I'm guessing, right? Diffuse and de-escalate and
I need that
take
training.
ownership.
Can I come and just get that training? Just get that part of it.
Right.
And Dale, how do you keep CareerSource from having a stagnant relationship with Sitel? How do you keep on the cutting edge of everything that they need so you can know who to send to them?
Well, the biggest thing is our recruitment staff working with Lynn's recruitment staff to make sure that we know what is the job all about, what is the culture, what are the benefits. So when we sit down and we talk with folks coming in the offices that are looking for work, we need to be able to completely educate them about the company, about the culture, what to expect, what is expected of you, 10-year background check, the drug screening, to make sure that we send them the best folks that we can. So it helps that initial screening process to try to weed out the folks that aren't going to be a good match for the company, and trying to send them the individuals that truly show an interest and have expressed to us that they can pass the 10-year background check, they can pass the background or the drug check. Test.
I could weed out one lady for you. The lady we told you about, the Joe came in here. For the listeners, I want you to hear the story. Yesterday, Robin had a lady come in and talk, and kind of occupied Robin's time a lot, and was very nasty. But she had all these problems in the world. One of them needing a job. She put in how many applications did she say?
17 this past week.
And then Robin said, "Have you gone to CareerSource?" Oh, I can't get to Gainesville. Everything she had. Now you obviously do you have an office in Gainesville? Right?
There is a CareerSource office in Gainesville, right off 441.
But you guys are here.
But we are CareerSource Citrus-Levy-Marion.
And that's what we told her.
Yeah, that's not We're all CareerSource, but we're all ran by the individual regional workforce boards, where the CareerSource in Alachua is ran by the Alachua-Bradford workforce board. So yeah, we're all under the same brand, all offer the same services, but they're just distanced from us a little bit in the fact that they're not under our direct management.
But I just want to say that, I mean, that lady wouldn't be hired by me, no matter what. I mean, she already had this attitude that said, well, no wonder you're not working. You know,
yeah, she didn't really want a job.
You got this crazy bad attitude. So
yeah, that's a big thing. People need to learn to shed that, and we understand that in talking to folks. People get beat down. You get beat down emotionally and mentally when you are putting out 17 resumes a week and you don't get a call back, because it's still a very competitive market. Yeah. And that does get to you. And unfortunately, some people vocalize that and will let that be too much on the surface. When you go in for an interview or talking to individuals or networking, really you have to look at anybody. Anytime you're talking with anybody, you're networking. Right. And that kind of attitude coming across, you wouldn't be interested in that individual. You probably wouldn't recommend that individual to any of your business colleagues. So it's important for people to learn you've got to shut that off and let it go.
Mm-hmm. And that makes your job, Lynn, as somebody who's looking for quality people, that's the CareerSource is the filter so that they never make it to you.
Right.
That kind of person.
Right.
Which obviously you want only the qualified.
And we could never hire someone that behaved that way, because I can't put someone like that on a phone with customers.
Yeah,
you'd be fighting fire with fire. That's not the best option.
So I just figured out that person needs to do a talk show. That's the best place for her.
There you go.
Just because you can snap at them too.
Yeah,
all right, we'll take a little break. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident for today. Intervals of cloud and sunshine. There'll be a shower and thunderstorm or two around, the high 79 to 83. Partly to mostly cloudy skies tonight, the low 60 well inland, but about 66 along the coast. Rather breezy at the coast as well. For tomorrow, partly sunny skies, the high 83 at the coast, 89 inland. For Friday, partly sunny with a chance for a shower, high 87 to 91. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Wow, I can't believe what I'm seeing. Who did this?
P&P Tiki's and more, of course. Now I have a tiki hut for shade, and I can enjoy the sounds of my cascading fountain while feeding my koi fish in my own pond. They even fixed my fence and redid all my landscaping. Nice to see a professional, reliable, family-owned business. Yes, P&P Tiki's is the natural Florida tiki builder and water features designer. With free estimates, P&P Tiki's is licensed and insured. Call 352-877-3307 for your very own tiki hut and more. That's 352-877-3307. P&P Tiki's.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Buried under receipts and confusing tax code? Let Crippen & Company help. They work hard to make the tax preparation process as painless as possible. With offices in Ocala and the Villages, their team is dedicated to helping clients with corporate and personal tax returns, bookkeeping for businesses, and estate planning for the future. Crippen & Company crafts a truly customized experience for each client's needs while alleviating stress and creating a big picture of your overall financial health. Call 352-732-4260 or visit crippencpa.com to get started.
Let's give it up for old asphalt and a new pair of shoes. Let's give it up for a good rhythm meeting a sweet melody. For a church cookout under clear skies. Let's give it up for good things coming together, like bundling your auto and other policies together with an Allstate agent, which can save you time and keep you better protected. Let's give it up for good.
To receive your comparative insurance quote, contact the McDonald Agency at 622-2333.
May is Watch Month. It's also a time to start thinking about that special graduate in your life. A terrific line of watches at Goss & Son Jewelers will make the perfect gift for that graduate. Rolex, Tag Heuer, Philip Stein. For graduation, birthdays, anniversaries, check out the line of fine watches and jewelry at Goss & Son Jewelers just to say I love you. Goss & Son Jewelers, the oldest Rolex jeweler in Central Florida. Downtown Ocala for 65 years.
We are The Source, WOCA.
All right, 11 minutes before 10 o'clock. You know, if you're looking for a job, and the one thing we were just talking about off the air, I mean, the one bottom line to this is figure out what you need to wear, figure out and how you need to behave. And I guess that's where CareerSource is the service you provide. That's the service you provide for the employer. Mm-hmm. The service you provide for the employee, the prospective employee, obviously is important too, in both sides. And just to repeat that something Laura tells us all the time, you charge nothing to either the employer or the employee.
Right. There's no charge for our services.
Which I never understood. I don't understand that whole thing.
And a lot of what we do is an educational process for the job seekers.
That is Dale French listening, that you're listening to. Lynn Chaput is here. She's from Citel, and Citel offers jobs. And do you have any specific, jobs where you'll be operating a phone? Mm-hmm. Your job is to talk to people on the phone. You'll be trained so you have the information you need when somebody calls with a question.
Absolutely. 4 weeks of training.
4 weeks, okay.
For one of our lines of business, and the other is 2 full weeks of training. And then when you come out of training, you're taking calls, but you're in an environment with a lot of support and a lot of help.
Okay. Are you 24 hours a day?
We are 24.
So I can call from help on my phone, the one, because we're not naming the companies that you represent, right?
Right.
Is that right? Okay. So let's say XYZ cell phone company. That's my company. I have a question. It's 2 a.m. and you're there to answer my questions.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And what if a person has a day job and they need to keep their day job and then they want to go work for you? Can you do the training off of their hours?
We absolutely do daytime training and evening training. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And that's 24/7?
And we have evening and overnight shifts available, and weekends.
Is it rotating shifts, or do you always, once you have your shift, that's your shift?
For the most part, yes. Okay. I mean, we may make changes based on the business need as that changes, but we don't change people's schedules weekly. A lot of our competitors do. They put out a new schedule every week, and people are constantly having to adjust.
Oh.
We don't do that because that's hard for people.
Their
schedules matter. Child care issues, other jobs, in some cases, classes. Mm-hmm. So, no, we always, communicate. These are the schedules available.
Right. I actually do a nighttime radio show, and I go from midnight to 6 a.m. And I used to love it, except for the fact that the guy who followed me was always the big shot. He was the morning guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I hated that. Everybody called, hey, when's he coming on? When's he coming on? He's gonna be here in a little bit. I'm doing a show.
Well, you always put his stuff together for him, though, too. So nobody.
And a lot of people like that overnight.
Mm-hmm.
I actually did. I didn't like other night shifts I had because I worked factories when I was younger. I didn't like them, but radio overnight was kind of cool. Mm-hmm. I imagine operating a phone. Well, it depends on where you are in life too. I had no children either,
right?
So that made a big difference too.
Right.
So.
And Dale, does it matter the size of the business that comes to you asking for your help? Can it be a 6-person office who wants to grow, or a huge business like Lynn's?
Yeah, I mean, we work with everybody. We work very closely with our chamber and economic partners, and we'll work with a lot of startup companies. So it may be somebody coming in that says, I am the president and my employee at the moment, and I'm looking to add some staff and start expanding or growing my business in the area. So it doesn't matter the size of the business. We'll work with everybody.
So if we want to come work for Citel, we go to CareerSource, and then Dale and his guys will you take us by the hand and help us get ready for
We'll run them through the process. Yep, get them started in the process of getting them to Citel and the referral process.
And then we'll have 4 weeks of training, and then once we're on the phones, then there's a coach near us or
yes.
close by.
Yes, there's an 18-to-1 ratio of coach to agent. We're also because of our growth, there's a lot of opportunity for individual growth as well.
What do you mean by that?
Well, advancement through the company to a coach position, a trainer position, a quality analyst position. As you grow your staff, your support staff.
Oh, I see. So you could become not the guy on the phone, but the guy
absolutely
overseeing the guys on the phone.
Yep.
So where are we? Are you allowed to tell us that? Where physically would we be working?
North Magnolia. Drive.
Okay.
The old Bean Whitaker building.
Oh, really? That's your building?
Oh, you got a nice building.
Place.
Yes, it's a lovely building.
Yeah. How big is that? That's gigantic, isn't
It's
it?
big. It's, looking at it from the front, you don't think it's big, but it goes way back.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Are you occupying the entire building?
We are.
Wow. How many people do you have?
Right now, about 700.
700?
Wow.
Wow. And the calls come from all over the world?
They do.
Wow. Are there 700 any time of the day? It's 700 to 2 o'clock in the morning?
So one of our customers right now is 24/7. The other two are not. One is strictly, the insurance company is strictly Monday through Friday. And the credit union is till 11 p.m., but we're going to be expanding the hours as we grow.
Oh, okay. Do you help people with schooling if they need to, if when they want to go to higher positions in your company and they need a degree or something, do you give them schooling
Tuition
incentives?
reimbursement? Yes, but it has to be very job specific.
Oh, okay. Okay. And if a person's bilingual, that would be a huge asset.
That is a definite plus.
Oh, I didn't think of that. That's got to be huge.
Yep.
And bilingual, specifically Spanish?
Spanish, currently.
Any other language necessary?
Not here out of this location, no.
Okay, nobody's calling from Germany asking how about my phone, right?
And do you take calls like that too, Dale? When people come in to apply for jobs at Cital, do you ask them if they're bilingual?
Yeah,
your application?
that's in the job listings too. So, I mean, because Cital will hire both, either just English speaking or English and Spanish. But yeah, that is listed in the job order, and our staff will go over that.
So let's say somebody's listening or they're watching the video after the fact, and they go down to you, Dale, and they say, I heard Lynn talking about Cital. This sounds like perfect for me. What do I need to do to get the job? Is that the best way to do this, or should they come in and say, I need a job? Can you recommend one to me?
Well, with our staff, we work with folks on so many different levels when they come through, and so many different levels of individuals, from entry level to professionals. So it really depends on where they're at in their career, where they're at in their life, as to whether we would believe that maybe Cital would be a good referral. Sometimes we have to help people kind of determine what's going to be best. They may come in and say, well, I just need a job. Well, Lynn's not looking for people that just want a job. Gotcha. Lynn's looking for people that have that knack, that ability to talk on the phone, to be able to speak clearly, and would be a good long-term employee. So we have to work with folks and to kind of help them work through their own mental process of where are you and where do you really want to be outside of just today's needs. Let's look a little bit further down the road than just today.
That's wonderful, because sometimes the people don't even know themselves where they want to be.
Right, they don't know what they want to be when they grow up, and that is a big thing. And to be able to sit down with somebody, sit down with our staff in our centers, and just be able to vent a little bit, like the lady you were telling us about from yesterday. We do get that. Individuals come in, and everything that happens in their life is going to impact how they're projecting themselves when they go into a business. So sometimes our staff are just sounding boards, and letting people get that off their chest, and then helping them to say, okay, we've now identified the issues, let's move beyond that. And let's look at what the real issue is here. You need a job. And it's not that you're angry at me or angry at Lynn or angry at anybody else. You're angry with yourself and your situation. So let's get beyond that, put that away, and look at what we need to do to help you out.
Just under 2 minutes, we need to give the listeners the information so they can take the next step. Does the website have like a catalog of jobs on it?
They can go through our website. The job listings that we have are listed on employflorida.com. That's the statewide labor exchange site.
Okay.
We have our own website, clmworkforce.com, where it does list all of our resources and the things that we can help individuals out once they get to our centers or are looking for different services.
Okay, employflorida.com and
CLM. We service Citrus-Levy and Marion. So the CLM stands for Citrus-Levy-Marion Workforce.
So we don't put CareerSource?
CLM. Yeah, it's CareerSource CLM.
Okay. That's what. Okay, I misunderstood. Well, thank you for coming in, sitting in for Laura.
Absolutely.
Good to see you again, Dale. And Lynn, good to see you again. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
One day, just have us in there, just as a gag.
Yes.
We'll just answer phones and say, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's wrong with your insurance company.
I'd wear the pink dress and not the green.
Do you know in your business? I bet your voice. Does voice make a difference? Like in this, it does.
Tone and demeanor is everything.
Yeah.
Even if you don't know the answers, your tone and demeanor is everything.
You know, my father told me one time when I first started this job, because I was working nights, people would call me with all kinds of weird questions. He would say, put them on hold, even if you know you don't have the answer anywhere. Now we have Google, but back then we had nothing. Just put them on hold, pick your fingernails, come back on the phone, say, I can't find it anywhere, I'm so sorry. And it'll look like you at least tried, you know? Yeah. Thank you both for coming in.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. Investigators now think Elton Simpson, one of the suspects in the Garland, Texas shooting Sunday, was at least